Okay, so hi guys. It has been a while since I have posted a video on my channel. Actually, since April 23rd was the last video I uploaded. Of course, the reason for this at first was because of COVID. COVID happened, so this channel was originally made just like the shits and giggles of dating, being single right now, and the dating kind of like stopped once COVID happened. I felt like it was really beneficial for a lot of the men though, because a lot of the men that I was meeting like they wanted to be your pen pals anyway. So it was a perfect excuse then to take a girl out on a date. But eventually, I don't remember exactly when, but eventually I did end up finding someone. And he actually, not knowingly, but put me in check. And I say that because, okay, so when I met him, we matched on Facebook dating app. He lived in Pennsylvania, which can be a problem for me because it's not like I don't like driving, but I have anxiety about driving. So I don't want the dude to always have to, make all the moves. So I prefer someone who lives right here in Delaware. But anyway, he lived in PA, and that was fine. One thing I loved about him is he's a teacher. He's an educator as well. And if you don't know, if I didn't mention this, I'm a teacher, and it is nice like dating someone or having a love interest that's a teacher also because they get your teacher lingo. They understand exactly what you're talking about. We just have so much to talk about. A lot of people who are non-educators, they think teachers have it easy. Oh, you guys get your summers off. You get all these breaks. You get off early, and they don't get how hard it is to be a teacher and how those breaks that we get are well needed and deserved. But anyway, not to talk about that. It was just nice to have a love interest or had that they understood my lingo or teacher talk or whatever. So anyway, we set up our first date. The first date went well. We went out at this time. COVID was still going, obviously, it's still going on, and it was only outdoor dining. So we went to this outdoor restaurant down here in Delaware. He came down here. We had a really nice time. Um, it ended up being so nice of a time that I broke my rule, and not that rule, but I did break a rule, and I invited him back to the house. Like I didn't even want the night to end, and plus he had like an hour drive wherever he lived at in PA and Philly, whatever. It was like an hour drive. So we came back to my house. We played cards. We had some more. I had some wine here, so we drank wine. Nothing happened. Not even a kiss goodnight. He ended up leaving, and it was that. So I felt pretty excited. I'm like, okay. Now I cannot remember how much time went by. We just set up another date, but I don't remember how much time went from the first date to the second date. But in between that time, I noticed I felt something different. I felt like I was starting to like I don't know, like lose interest in a sense. And that happens a lot with me for some reasons. Like I get that second date comes and I'm just like no longer interested. But in this dude, I couldn't understand why. But I went ahead with the second date. I wasn't looking forward to it. I actually wanted to cancel, but I was like, Keisha, like, come on, just do it. So we went miniature golfing. And I just wasn't feeling it. I tried, I tried. After miniature golfing, we ended up going out to eat. I wanted to go home. We went like he came down here again to Delaware because I think at that time he said that nothing was open in PA at that time. Like they hadn't opened things back up like Delaware had. So on our way back, he was bringing me back to my house. I can tell that he was hinting around that he wanted to come back in again, and I made up some excuse as to why he couldn't come in and whatever. So we ended the night once again, no kiss or anything like that, not initiated by me or him. um so time went on and we were just like talking and whatever, and I know that I was being different. I was short. I never texted him first. He always reached out to me or called. And I was really short, and he just kind of got the hint. And it was so hard because he was such a nice guy. He wasn't an a-hole. He wasn't like a rude guy. So I didn't have any reason not to continue with him, but I just wasn't interested. So once again, this part made me feel even worse because when he realized that I was no longer interested without me really even saying it, he sensed it and he sent me this long text, but nice, was not. He was like, "No, I wish all the best for you. I can just tell, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a very nice text, which again made me feel even more like a whatever. But after that, I was reflecting, like, what is wrong with me? Like this dude literally has what I asked for when I pray for a good man. He, like I said, he has a good job, he has his own place, he has one kid, doesn't want any more. He wasn't the hottest dude I've ever messed with, but he definitely is attractive. I wasn't, he wasn't ugly or anything like that. He has his own vehicle. Um, he seems to have goals. He definitely was attentive, seemed to adore me. You know what I mean? I can't. I don't know. So I had to like take a step back from dating after that. I was like, okay, like I I sit here and complain all day long about these no good men I keep meeting, blah blah blah. Am I secretly like wanting? Do I only fall in love or are interested in men that are not available emotionally and or physically, or or that don't treat me right? Is that what I really want? Had to really sit and think about that because I don't understand what made me like not want to, be with this dude. I couldn't get it. Um, but I think as I talked to my girlfriends, as I reflected, I think also on my list of things that I want in a man, I do need a dude where, first of all, we need chemistry, right? And I don't know what happened from the chemistry from the first date to the second date and in between that time. But I think I also need someone like I'm shy. So I need someone that's a little bit more aggressive, you know. I think I need it. I think that's what he was lacking when I think about him compared to someone that I've liked in the past that maybe didn't have certain things that he had, but I was still turned on or still wanted to pursue them or, wanted them to pursue me. What he lacked definitely was that aggressiveness that I need. And he also was a little bit on the corny side, which a lot of people say teachers are corny. I mean, people say that about me, not men per se, but I know my daughter calls me corny all the time. I think that when you work with kids, that's kind of like your personality or whatever. But I guess that's something I don't really want in a dude. I don't know, but it definitely had me sit back, and reflect. Still a nice dude. Had nothing negative to say about him. But so I just kind of wanted to start talking about my dating life again. I'm still single, but I am still dating right now. I do have some other dating stories after him, and I'll talk about later on. So, if you guys have any ideas of like why you think I met a guy that has literally everything on my checklist. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Where you think it's like the chemistry and or like the aggressiveness? Like, I mean, when I say aggressive, I don't mean someone who's gonna whip my ass, of course, but just a little like you can't be shy. Like two shy people, it's just not gonna work. But what do you think? Do you agree with me, or is something just like wrong with me? Do you really feel like there are girls, women out there that not secretly, but like not even realizing that they do want the problem. They want the dude that's giving them some issues. I mean, I hope that's not the case because that's really unhealthy and that's not something I want. But let me know what you think. Bye.